I need you to see this clip of Biden.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
Yeah, that's obviously very cringy, but what I'm interested in is why is it cringy on a scientific level? Let's examine the logic. Hi, I'm Ben and I review logic. When Biden said that, it definitely ruffled some feathers. But to be clear, I'm not here focusing on the politics of that statement. What I'm interested in is the logical architecture that's hidden inside that statement. Right off the bat, we know that what Biden did was stereotype an entire group of people. That's bad, and people don't like to be stereotyped, and stereotyping is wrong. Except, here's the thing they don't tell us. Stereotyping is accurate. And there's reams of sociological studies that support that. When the President of the United States, or you for that matter, stereotypes, you can be forgiven for doing so because what really is happening is you're utilizing your brain's powerful ability to recognize patterns. And over time, we've just found that this pattern recognition serves us really well as a trusted shortcut to observe and make sense of a really complicated reality. But of course, stereotypes can be wrong. More than just wrong, they can be wrong in a really gross way. Because what a stereotype really is pattern recognition extended one step too far to where it becomes an error in reasoning. In logic, we call stereotyping an ecological fallacy. An ecological fallacy is when we know something to be accurate about a group, but then we wrongly assume that that characteristic can be applied to an individual. Here's an example of an ecological fallacy. We have Happy Hill. On Happy Hill, there lives a group of bunnies. These bunnies have lived here for generations and have adopted the characteristics of Happy Hill. They have great strawberry hair and they listen to Dave Matthews Band. But then there's Abby. She's a Happy Hill bunny for sure, but she dyed her hair black and listens to Fall Out Boy. Because Abby's emo. When a local millionaire comes to Happy Hill and gives all the bunnies tickets to the Dave Matthews Band's reunion tour because those bunnies frickin' love DMB, Abby knows this is an error in reasoning because Abby is a bunny of Happy Hill, but she doesn't listen to that crap. The millionaire overextended his observation of the ecology of Happy Hill. He committed an ecological fallacy. So now, what do you think of Biden using an ecological fallacy? Is it no big deal? Is it insensitive? Let me know in the comments below. But what we can say is that his logic is simultaneously not technically wrong and an error in reasoning that's enough to be pretty off-putting. Hi. I'm here because I believe that the science of logic is both life-changing and actually really interesting. That's why I'm working on framing logic now, full-time. And in order to make it sustainable, I created a Patreon page and I'd like you to become a supporter. When you do, there's actually some really cool perks for joining, and here's an example. We're in a presidential campaign season, which means that logical fallacies are about to start flying at an insane clip. That's why I created the political fallacy infographic. It's a cheat sheet to the 30 most common logical fallacies that politicians use. I made it because you can't recognize their use of logical fallacies in real time until you can first see it in your mind. And this infographic is designed to create that skill so we can make their insane use of logic sane. It comes in desktop and phone scroller versions for easy reference. When you become a Patreon supporter, you'll get access to that and also the comparison fallacies and how to speak logic infographics. If you find this content on logic valuable, then I hope you become a supporter. Link for the Patreon below in the description. So how should you handle an ecological fallacy if you encounter it or if you have to use it in an argument? Think of the Happy Bunnies. We know how the logical dynamic works, so one way to handle it is to refine your position with a qualification. Something like, we know this to be true for the group, it may or may not be accurate for the individual. That should keep your bases covered, logically speaking. Okay, that's it. Please like and share and subscribe to improve your logic. And if you want to become the first supporter of this channel through my Patreon and get access to all my logical fallacy infographics, link for that is below.